Tonight, the country preparing to pump the brakes this weekend as the government edges closer to a shutdown. Lawmakers have about 1 day and 7 hours to come up with a funding deal. Far-right House Republicans voted against Speaker Kevin McCarthy's short-term funding bill, all but ensuring the fate of a shutdown rests on senators. Millions of Americans will soon feel the impacts of a shutdown. Nicole Senga has more details tonight from Capitol Hill.
Alice Silver can smile while she watches her kids play, but that grin fades when she thinks about what's looming.
Times are hard as it is, and a paycheck being missed is a big problem.
Silver's husband is one of more than 1 million members of the military who's facing the prospect of working without pay and potentially choosing between feeding their families or paying their bills. She had a message for members of Congress who will still be receiving paychecks during the shutdown.
Make a decision, get their stuff together and think about us real people who have real problems and real bills to pay.
My stance isn't trying to shut the government down. It's trying to shut off the unlimited spending of the federal government's credit cards.
Those same GOP hardliners are threatening to vote out Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House, even as he's moved more and more to the right over time to accommodate them, but to no avail.
Members say they only want to vote for individual bills, but they hold me up all summer and won't let me bring individual bills up. Then they say they won't vote for a stopgap measure that keeps government open. So I don't know, where do you go in that scenario? Have you ever seen that?
Hundreds of thousands of federal workers will be furloughed during a shutdown, and millions more, like TSA screeners, will have to work without pay.
People who don't get paid to come into work sometimes don't come into work, even if they're asked to. So getting through an airport could be hard, getting a passport could be hard.
The shutdown takes effect at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday morning.
The Senate passed its own version of a short-term funding bill with bipartisan support. It would keep the government open for 45 days, but Speaker McCarthy says House Republicans won't consider that bill.